Hello, everybody. Hello, Terry, and hello, Courtney. First on the chat. Terry does the pink hands. That's her signature. It's easier than typing them. Oh, there goes my notification. I beat my notification alarm. Now let's see how many people call me. Uh, Find a place to hide the phone for right now. Sandwich did some material. Well, we'll wait for some more because I got to figure out how to do the other notifications the day ahead of time. Or I got to learn how to find it once I post it. But Sunrise Studio Quilt Studio, Table Runner by Susan Lofton. It's a free pattern. And I forgot to go grab it so I could pin it. Hi, Gayla. It's like there's always something I forget. Oh, thank you, Courtney. That's the free pattern today. I'm only making mine with 3 squares where they have the 4 blocks because none of my family has anything that will accommodate 53-inch long table runner. I'm glad you're doing good. That's we can only hope for the best. You'll see me either put a lozenge in my mouth or drink a, because I have that tickle in the throat and then I get the coughing. I have all the pieces up here on my board. Oops, on the floor. I forgot I didn't pin these ones. I put pins in some of the others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4. One, two, three. Where'd the other one go? 1, 2, 3. It's like stand up, roll over it. It's not on my lap. Not my chair. Oh, there it is. Upside down in the shadow. 4. Yeah, we have to make 4 blocks. It's Love in a Mist block. That's the name of the block, Love in a Mist. And I'm going to do red on each side of the green. Excuse me. But you need, because it is a free pattern, I can say there's 2 printouts. There's the block printout and the actual table runner printout. And they're both 2 pages. But on Love in the Mist block pattern, I do have to tell you some errors in the writing. Hi, June. It's F is 24 2.5-inch squares of your background. And you draw diagonal lines on the wrong side of 20, not 16. Hi, Lisa. Lisa Louise, Quilting and Crafts. Welcome. That's a new name. And how are you today? And how's June? Hi, Yo Patty. What's Yo Patty been up to? But it's like, okay, my bread is actually red this time. You need four. Oh, my bread's gold. 4 3-inch squares and 4 2.5-inch squares. Oh, just Lisa Mosley on Rita's. Okay. Well, welcome over. And the green color C is my red. I need 4.5-inch reds. The multicolor print is 1 4.5-inch square. That's the center. And then the background colors is all this white snowflake. For each block, you need 4 3-inch ones and 24 2.5-inch ones. We found the error when we was making this one. There's 3 of us testing the pattern. And then, so I'll flip to the next page because I'm going to do it just as the pattern's written. Because step 1, you take the 3-inch blocks. You draw on your background your diagonal line on all 4 of them. And you get your 4 3-inch blocks. And we sew 1/4 inch on each side of the line. And if you want, I've been up to 5-inch 2 until last year. Now I'm 1/2 inch shorter. Thank you, Patty G. I knew you'd have a good answer too. I was like, someone asked me what I was up to the other day, and I says, getting up at 6:13 in the morning sucks. That's what I told them. But if you do your 1/4 inch on each side of the line, you'll get your 2 half square triangles on this one. I'm going to take my stitch length down to 2. It doesn't unravel as easily. Your blocks stay together better. There's a package out here today. I wonder if it's Greedy Granny. Gonna see how big the box is that he's bringing. It's a game. Greedy Granny. Hi, Lori Clark. Means I missed that. Thanks that other people's keeping track. I'm too busy watching the mailman. Hi, Mary Webb. And how are you today? When I got all my cancellations today, I was canceled to go out and put Alani on the bus. Then the cancellation was taken away. And then I went out there. Get out there. She won't even eat a maple bar. Yeah, you're fine, Courtney. Courtney's going to miss some of the chat because she's multitasking. We was multitasking together before the live. when you're trying to make labels for Christmas stockings and long arm a quilt. And she wanted to do the block, but she has to get the Christmas stockings done first. But one block at a time is all you have to do. Hi, Carol. But when I got out there to put Alani on the bus, she just has no oomph. She looks like she's a ghost. And when she didn't even get excited on her maple bar, which she loves, you know something's wrong. She took one bite and said, Gigi Ma, can I eat this later? And it's like, yeah. But there was just no life to her. So she had to make the decision. Gigi Ma's or the grandma and Lynn, because the other grandma needed to get going. She was already going to be sick. And then I didn't have Delaney today. That was pre-planned. Because her mama wanted to be there. If from her shot she started running a fever. That's a good mama. Yep. So hopefully her grandpa don't go home and eat her maple bar. That would be terrible. So it says, after I make these, cut them in half and trim them down to 2.5-inch squares. I'm supposed to cut on my line. I'm going to read it just the way the pattern says. Yeah, for her not to want her maple bar, because normally she'd give up pizza for maple bar. No, she's with her grandma in Lynn. If Jamie's taking one to town, she might as well take both. Hi, Valerie. And how's Valerie today? Tried to ask everybody how they're doing. And are you working on any special projects, anybody? We know what Courtney's working on. Stocking labels on her embroidery machine. Hi, Kathy. Oh, see. Brain's going, which way do I have these flipped? You're working on nap? Yeah. About the time you fall asleep, you wake up. The phlegm takes over it on my case. So I prop my pillows back up and try to sleep upright. You're dusting and cleaning. I need to vacuum, but you guys wouldn't be able to hear if I vacuumed. I wonder how good a YouTube would go over vacuuming your floor. Oh, good job, Valerie. I thought about that. Make some bowl cozies as Christmas gifts. I found my cotton batting when I was going through. My daughter-in-law has had it for several weeks now. The cough is the hardest one to get rid of, but it just holds on and lingers. Yeah, when I drove out this morning, it was so foggy. It's like if you could see 2 car lengths in front of you, you was doing good. Then as I'm going down their driveway, which several of my friends here have been on a trip down that driveway, I get closer and closer, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing flashing lights at the next farm. It's like, what the heck? Did somebody break down in the middle of nowhere? Yeah, that works. My daughter had it for 3 weeks and still isn't. Yeah. My niece requested more cozies. I gave her some last year. I thought it would just be something, at least I could say I give them a gift. They chose their birthdays over Christmas gifts. Then been busy with the babysitting. But I do try to make sure it's got cotton batting in it, just in case they do put it in the microwave. I microwave and then put the stuff in there. Yeah, and cotton thread. I don't know anyone that uses those cozies. Do you all use? I use mine all the time. And I made some that are just for my great grandkids when they're here. If we have cookies or something, they all get a bowl cozy with their cookies and chips in it. And using them to stack your stuff would be good too. Mine set right next to the microwave. But yeah, I have frogs and different frog prints and bright lime green, lime orange. Hi, Donna Armstrong. She uses hers too. Use them for ice cream, where the ice cream in the bowl gets too cold. It helps keep it cold a little longer because it's not against your warm hand. I even put my soup cup in it because at least it's something to keep my hand from getting burnt. But the first time I put it in the bowl, in the microwave, it boiled over and made a mess. And tomato soup is not a good one. Yours are on top of the microwave. Hi, Dorlyn. You're up to 30? I don't know what I'm up to. It hasn't changed up there on my laptop yet. I'm still in whatever that is up there. The Dow Jones market. That tomato soup actually sounds good. When I went to the store this morning, and forgot to get a couple things, and I don't want to go back out in public. Well, I don't have to use my microwave to put it in. If I have even like my stew that's cooked on the stove, if I put it in that size bowl, I grab that. Excuse me. Because it's great for popping popcorn. I'd have to make a bigger one if I wanted to put my popcorn in there. They have that one bag they say for popping popcorn. They say just take like the tater bag, put your popcorn in there. and then microwave it that way. But I don't use mine that way. Hi, Randy. Hi, Kenneth. All the guys are coming in. And how's Randy today? Are you better, Randy? Okay, what did June? It's 35, feels like 28, waiting for snow. Uh-oh, Randy's not better. Did you go back out on the road or taking some more time? Can you take more time off? Even though you own your truck, you still have to keep your supplier of loads happy. It's like, what was I going for? You still have the dog? Oh, it's like, and I don't think June's babysitting. I can take time off but not pay. Yeah. You got to keep that paycheck going because your truck costs money. I have my other grandson. He is now going to be a fuel hauler. They was both pop haulers. Now they're both fuel haulers. And hi, Lisa. Gonna have to put a lozenge back in. Did you get all your Christmas presents done, June or Lisa? I see. I'm reading what she types and not say it instead. And then I got, I think, 2 rows to go on my quilt back on the long arm. Going to try and get them done today. If I can do it without coughing my full head off. Okay, I have all these done. I have 8 of these little 2.5-inch half square triangles. It's a heavy load. And then if I was feeding birds, these scraps would be beautiful for birds. The Hello Kitty fabric. My granddaughter got, what the heck is that fabric? That she's got pillowcases. Charlie Brown. And it's like, really? Read the instruction, what it says to do. I need the 4 2.5 squares that are there. And I need the 4 2.5 squares of background. And it has certain ways to set it up. You have to make 2, 3, 4. 4 that go. Excuse me. Would just stay together. There. 4. And then the other 4 you have to make look like this. So when you put them together, you get this. I call it the cat. That's what I went to the. They don't carry Hello Kitty. Okay, Lisa. It's like, yeah, that's what my daughter-in-law's finding out. Starting next week, she has 3 weeks off. There's a couple days she thinks she has to. Those go that way. And these go this way. She want her hair scrunches out of it. Kathy, I found out yesterday I was unsubscribed to you. What the heck? Oh, that's not good. I'm going to chain piece these. Chainsaw. Save some thread once in a while. Double checking. Excuse me again. Okay. I'm going to take this one off the wall. That way they're all together. As long as she's not a bigger burden on you, Jude. Hello, Gladys. Oh. Yeah. Not answer that telephone for sure. Everybody's still catching up with everybody that's here. Yeah, I didn't want to cough and swallow this cinnamon thing, because then I would really choke. Okay. Hi, Lisa. She must, Lisa Louise, because she says you all have a good evening. Drive and don't run. Yeah. I would just make sure not to answer that telephone. Austin's supposed to work tonight, so he's on his way up to the place. Because of the weather and whatnot, they pay him mileage to go to and from. So we're hoping the mileage pays for the rental that they got. Could use that blade back there, but saving it, keeping it sharp this way. My sis husband is, yeah, he's laid off due to, that's normal for him. The path of least resistance is that way. Sarah Jane's over there today. Because of the 1/4 inch on each side of the line, I didn't feel like drawing extra lines today. I liked the Soter to June Hansen. It's like the hose in there. I know it says hope. And she's got to get back to her quilts. And get it all done right. Okay. So in my first group together, this table runner does not have to be done this year. So I figure if I get through one block, that's enough for me. Thank you for putting up. Hi, Lana. Thank you for putting up all the links. Does Randy need more of us girls? I'm just nesting the centers. Everybody's still catching up on highs. This is a. Did I sew that one right? It's like, gotta make sure. I don't know. I think I always look at them this way. Who knows? If they're wrong, it's only a date with a guy. Plum crazy. Laura's not here today yet. She did the rare appearance yesterday. I miss Laura not being able to participate. Her work's overworking her. I got a peek. Oh, it's a cat. Yes, I did it right. Okay. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to have a bowl of stew. That I made Sunday. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 in this cluster. I didn't go on Laura Lynn's this morning. Means I slept so lousy, I thought I'd try to take a hour cat nap. Did it work? No. Did a 5-minute one? Maybe. Yeah, when I made the stew, I figured it made it easier for me with watching the grandkids, great grandkids, that I would have at least something that I could eat after they left. And I love stew. It's a way of getting all your veggies and broth. Ooh, I'm up to 32 degrees. I can see the trees now, 4 blocks away. Haven't been able to see those trees. Okay, I have 4 of these units now. I call them the cat blocks because that's what it looks like. I had chili dip the other day. Mine's from my recipe is Nally. I mash it. There's no Rotel in it. There's a little bit of grated cheese, but it's mainly mashed. Because I'm not the best chili fan. But I should have bought some tomato soup when I was out. Never thought about that. I have some potato soup in my freezer. There's 3 of them. And the 4th unit. And then they said, make sure they're 4.5-inch square. If you start out right and all your seams match, they should be fine. It's like, I'll check one. It says 4.5. So if you sew the right seam, I do a scant quarter. They came out. Grilled cheese and tomato soup, yum. The hubs had some crazy dental work, so we are on a soft diet for a few days. So you get the soup. Mashed potatoes. See, what's the next step? Because I made those 4. Step 2, square and square units. Take the F unit. F units are these. C unit is this one. The 4 red ones. So I take 4 of these to one of these. And you put them on opposite corners. I'll put a pin for this purpose. I'm going to do that for all 4 of these reds. And then it says repeat the remaining 2 corners, sew units into rows. They don't even tell you to sew this one together. Press, repeat for the remaining 2 corners until the units measure 4.5, make 4. Repeat for, row D, that's D block. You're on your way home, Lorraine, but welcome and drive safe. I say drive safe to everybody here lately. Because I'm having bad weather, I guess everybody else is. I'm thankful for one thing so far this winter. My grandson is now wearing his seatbelt since his dad's accident. If he's this bad with wearing a seatbelt, he says, how bad would he have been if he wasn't wearing it? So he is now wearing his seatbelt. And then the other accident that had 8 passengers in the van, and only 1 was wearing their seatbelt, and 6 got ejected. 1 fatality. So he now wears his seatbelt. They used to give him anxiety because he was confined. But I guess this little dose of reality with his dad. His dad's still on the respirator. The MRI proved that he's a vegetable. So Friday is the life support's going off because that's when he's a donor, organ donor, and that's when they have the doctors available for that. So Friday when they take the respirator, him off the respirator. Right now they're just buying the time. I guess they don't get many opportunities that they can have that time available. Yeah. So it's been fun. So now when I sew these to make I sew 1 needle width on this side of the line. The part I'm going to cut off, I sew 1 needle width away from that line. So I have a good overlap. So when I fold it over, it definitely goes out to the corner. Tell Austin hugs and prayers. Sorry for his loss. Yeah, because basically, uh, his his brain moved to the other side from the impact, and his heart isn't where it should be from the impact. Mine would still be in my foot. Pot roast blended does not sound good. Now, the vegetable and fruit smoothies I make, Ace, they actually taste good. And it's got a vegetable in there I don't normally eat. Does it taste good? Yeah, Austin had to have a container of my stew. I said you can call it stew or you could call it chunky soup. That's what I did with Ace's things because I'm not a butternut squash person or mashed sweet potatoes. But it's actually pretty good in a smoothie. If I get ahead on Ace's food and if anything happens to him, I said, I'll just thaw those blend them up and drink them. Because it's mandarin oranges, peas, corn, carrots, bananas. I remember all the stuff that's in that. When I make it, and then I have to freeze it in an ice cube tray. Yeah. A lot of food, if it don't look good, I'm not eating it. That's just me. My food's by appearance. My food is by what it looks like. Looks like and smells. I've been sharing when I have a mandarin orange, I keep one section for Ace. I don't know why. He keeps biting me. I don't know why. I'd be nice and share with him. Now, if you sew a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch away over here, you can get these little half square triangle units. And then you can make these little pinwheel units off of all the corners of this. I got to draw my first line so I know where on my foot I have to be. It helps me line up the spot. if I was using Sarah Jane, I would have to mark all of these. That's where I thought it was. Hi, Susan. I'm glad I don't have to pack for a move out date, even if it is temporarily. It would just, this cough would kill me right now. Is Melanie here? Did I miss a person? Oh, I hear Ace. Hi, Melanie. Oh, there it is. It popped up late on my half. And how's Melanie today? Ace is sounding a little congested. It's September 1st to now. September, October, November. So 12, 13, 15 and a half months about. I've had him. That's how long. I had Bailey. 15 months. Oops. Going to try and put it in the wrong direction. I'm going to add these little pinwheels in the borders. So I wanted some of the red, some of the green. And I have a few of the scraps that I might be able to make a couple gold ones. I thought, might as well use what's here. I'm having a rough day. Surgery, no problem, wants to cancel my surgery on Monday. Not my fault. Oh, no. You just got all psyched up for it and everything else? That makes it hard. Yeah. I was like, with this cold, I don't know if I need to go into my eye doctor appointment or if they even want me to walk in the building. I don't want to waste a trip up there and they say, go home. But I'll take a mask and wear a mask. Oh, it's because they don't have all the paperwork. That makes it even worse. Okay. I'm just going to cut these. That's what someone told me. I thought I'd check, because I do need to go, because I will spend the night with my grandkids. So I'll be around the little ones. And they're fine with it as a cold, but if it's COVID, I'm definitely canceling. Took me 3 months to get the last appointment, so that and whooping cough. Whooping cough is hit over here in this part of the United States. Hit a couple colleges for a few cases. I'm trying to remember, but not everybody reports them. Because if I have COVID, well, they've all been around me, unfortunately. So it's like, but I got whatever I got from them. And son and daughter-in-law, they was on vacation, but they was out four-wheeling. So now you have to press these corners open because I got to put on the sides there. I got to snowball this or square in the square it. And mine's been going negative each time I've taken it. Guess I should have grabbed these so I could press them all at once. Having a school-age kid now. She can be the carrier for all sorts of things, unfortunately. Then we went to the concert the other night, but I was already sick. But I wasn't coughing as much, but I took my pocket full of cough drops. So I was prepared. And then I'll order up some more of the free COVID tests. If they're available, it's like keep ahead. So now I'm placing the 2.5-inch squares on the other direction. Still 1 stitch needle width towards the point I'm going to cut off. In other words, stitch right along the line, not on the line. Hi, Cheryl. What's your quilt number now? Are you done with that for the year? Take a break. I know if I had some different off-white, I gotta hit the yard sales and thrift stores this year. I have to. I want to get a bunch of off-whites and just blend them together and do a double strand Afghan again. Because I donated that one. I wished I wouldn't have. Getting ready to layer in pin number 31. I'm getting tired. Yeah, take a break. Okay, is number 31 yours? Because you hadn't made yourself one. I know I've made a lot of tops, but not 31. And mine aren't finished either. It's a process for me. It might be a slow process, but it's a process. I got one on the long arm, the mini long arm. my small, whatever we want to call it, compact. Trying to decide if I want to get the 8-foot table or not still. Getting more tempting all the time. It really is. No, this one is for my granddaughter's wedding coordinator, thinking I'm ready to do one for. Yeah, you need to do one for you. One of them, it's like I have one on my bed, keeping me warm every night. Then I have another one on my bed that I made. It was quilted by Laura Austin for me. I love it. And that's my extra blanket because I have to be warm to get to sleep. And then I throw off the blankets, the quilts, the blankets, whatever's on me. I throw them off when I get warm enough and get to sleep. Then the process all over again. When I get up and the bed cools off. But when under the one that she quilted for me, I just think how tiny that meander is. And she said she enlarged it. It is. And for bead dense quilting, it's actually still soft. Because most of the denser quilting I've been able to deal with are kind of stiff. This one here is actually really soft. But which pattern are you going to make yourself, Cheryl? Or is it just whatever you come up with? Because every quilt I make is technically for me. It stays in my house. I love the Hunter Star. That's that one. And I like the Half Log Cabin also. And the scrappier the Hunter Star is just as pretty and colorful. Because I did the one with the pastels. Kind of pastel. More color. This one here I wanted more masculine. Thinking about the prairie flower, but use smaller squares, not 5-inch. Also have a lot of scrappy leader and enders for a Jacob's ladder. Yeah, I don't have my Jacob's ladder, the borders put on yet. I had to order some to be as a material, and then I just haven't got back around to it. Oops. I knew the bobbin was out, and then I start sewing anyway. That's me. I looked down and the bobbin's out, and I still sewed. Yeah, the chandelier was fun. I was a Patty G and I thing. We both got our chandeliers done. Patty G used her chandelier as curtains. Your Hunter Star is halfway through the assembly still. You'll get it there and you'll enjoy it. Nothing says they have to be done. Oh, you did it. No, I didn't. Okay, I'll plug in the battery first. I forgot to hold down the thread. I hate when it does that. Because evidently I wasn't in needle down position. But that's me. I used scrappy white, all scrappy whites. I use a lot of scraps on any quilt, even if there's a pattern. I have these blocks like all of them. The purple one over there is done with fat quarters. And this one over here, the Hunter Star, that was done with what the Salesman Sampler. That's where the company makes with all the different fabrics. It's like, grab one. Try to grab one that's complete. Yeah, the Salesman Samplers, where they have them where they're in a color line. And they usually have the cardboard like stapled up here, and they make them so the salesman can leave them in for them to. Well, this has got 1, 2, 3, 4 different fabrics in it. That's what that one's made out of. I have several quilts made from these salesman samples. They went to a senior center before COVID for donation quilts and took them all those things. And they had so many of them that they couldn't, they couldn't stock them, store them. So they let each quilter that was in the group take home so many of them. So my friend got me the quota. It was, what the heck, 2 great big totes of the salesman samples. And believe me, these blocks here are from that stuff also. This is a line that says ho ho ho. It comes in gold, green, and red. And there was off-white, the white background with the green ho 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 and red ho ho ho. And someone evidently, welcome back, Terry. But it's like sometimes somebody would take one color off of each of the salesman samplers. It's Quilter's Cotton. But Coriander, that's like, what is her name? She gets her samples on those. She called them salesmen something. And she loves getting them because you get a piece of every fabric. Because here's that white with the color of the ho ho ho. So there's a lot of ho ho ho's in here. That's good. Okay, bye, Kathy. Have a great day. Yeah, my quilts are coming from, and I still have more that I have just as much that made that quilt still on my shelf behind me. So I'm thinking, what's the next quilt? What's my next project? But Darlene and I keep looking. But I got to start using some of my own fabric. Yeah, it's like I have my 6 reproduction fabrics over there. I want to do I've had the pattern saved for several years. It's the Drunkard's Path with the vintage fabrics because it looks like something that Grandma would have made. And then after you make the Drunkard's Path, you go back and you applique flowers, hexie flowers. Yeah, what are those things that the round pom-poms, those ones. It's like you use all different techniques of making your flowers that you put on there. That one's on my bucket list also. Done, done, done. And when I'm saying done is I've got the secondary sews done. Yo-yos, yep. You take a few yo-yos and you make a flower, and then you applique the stems and stuff on there. And you can look up the pattern and it won't bring up. It's actually called the Appalachian Trail in the pages. But Appalachian Trail, when you Google it, does not come up that. Because I've tried finding a pattern. So if Darlene's going to make it with me, I have to copy the pattern and send it to her. Or see if we can find the old magazine to order. Yeah, that was probably pretty. This here Drunkard's Path has a lot of backhand work with the appliques. Because I'm sure the yo-yo wouldn't be able to be put on and machine quilted. You'd have to put the yo-yo on after. Unless you put a mesh over the top to hold it down. But we have the one yesterday that I showed with the purple fabric. Yeah, I seen the link. I didn't watch it last night. What the heck did I do? Oh, Douglas called and talked for several hours while he delivers his fuel. Should I take the other one off out from under the needle? I seen the one with all the different sizes. This, that, and that link. I did look at that one. I have ink now. I can print some of those and keep them. I got to cut a bunch of 7-inch squares. We're going to do the carpenter star. It's like, what the heck was it? And so I need a lot of 7-inch squares of Scrappy. So maybe I'll do that out of that stuff behind me. Be another masculine looking one. When it was all done, they did, because the carpenter star is just the center block. Oh, where the quilt block meets. No, I didn't watch that one yet. Every time I would get a phone call, text message, Austin showing up. I had a Lonnie, and she didn't finish her pizza yesterday. It's like she fell asleep. And for her not to finish her pizza. Yeah, it's like I even forgot to eat my dinner last night because I was busy with keeping family. And then Connie, quilting friend Connie, it's like she come up short because she changed her pattern at the end. We had figured for extra trees, this and this, a width of trees. But she didn't keep the pattern that way. So it's like that didn't work. I got all the pieces done. And these are the 4 corners. So the puzzle, as long as I don't sew the cat on backwards like I did the other day. Yeah, I'm thinking that too, Terry, being she didn't want to. So I know that's my center. And there. There. Oh, turn the hose around. I kind of making them directional. Because you can read. And then I'll put them on where they can. So that's how this block will look. So now the web sewing I go. So I don't lose my point. I always put my pin in the point of the, put it in and pin it back. That way I know where that point is. And it doesn't walk. When you get near the pin, use it as your stiletto and go right on the one side of that. Reposition. Since I pulled that thread out, I have a knocking sound, so I gotta do some oiling. Again, pin in the point. There's an X right here. Always pin in the point. This one goes to another point. Line them up. Straighten out your block. And this fabric I did not starch before. So I'm pulling strings. It's like this thing's shedding. Stop where that point would be. Realign. Because you're working with bias and not bias, and things like to move. Might as well grab my pen. Again, in the point. Over here to the 1/4 inch. If I sewed these, the webbing should be fine. But there's once in a while someone does something like I did. Didn't notice until I had it, the whole 9 blocks sewed together. Oh, Dorlyn's got another date with Jack. It's going to be a long night. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to sit this out on my table. See, here's all those extra pieces. And I might put some that are red and green. And I might make some that's red and gold. I'm setting these up on my table. The cats are pointing the right way. I'll put them down here so you can see. The cat's pointing, the gold's pointing to the center. So now I will pick this one up, goes there. This one goes here. And this one goes here. So I'm going to take the time and pin all of these because it's on the wrong side on this one. Oh, she is real. I can't say that around Alani. Hi, Laura. She's real like the M&Ms in Santa Claus. They're getting you? Yeah. I wish you could retire and join me. We need to do some more sewing together. Okay. The pin again, get the points. Yeah, Lonnie's homesick now, Laura. She didn't eat her maple bar or her pizza yesterday. And that's not normal for her. She ate half of it. Then she said she was going to have it for breakfast. Yeah. Tell them you're taking the year off. It's like, yeah. We have seen a strep and flu. And then they said COVID's going around. So it's like, I'm going to take COVID test later. I'm heading to that blind. We have not had any COVID cases. That's good. I got a messenger message last night from ex-sister-in-law. She's still with my brother. They divorced and he said he wasn't remarrying her. but they still together. And as she said, in Idaho, the COVID's up. And whooping cough. Yeah. Yeah, Emily didn't know what was going on this morning. So she asked me. And yesterday, Alani was like, nose was dripping. And then during the night, it went to a cough. So she got her gummies that are grape flavor. They're not putrid flavor like my cough syrup. That Tussin is a wicked stuff. Delaney, she's just having her stomach issues with her gas. And she went to her doctor yesterday. I haven't found out all the stuff there. But she slept a lot yesterday. You're going to go take a nap, Randy? Good. You need it. You need to get some rest so you can get better. Don't need a sick trucker on the road. Because you definitely don't get your rest out there. I listen to my grandsons. And they go, how come people can be so... So here's the pieces. There's how the block will go together. All of them are pointing the right way. Now I just have to decide which way I point these. This one wants to go that way. I don't normally use pins, but I am on this. Because my brain might not remember what the heck I'm doing. My middle square, the square and square, my middle one is white with green of the same line of fabric. It still has ho ho. It has ho ho ho. It has 3 of them in that one. That's my Christmas decorations again this year. I never did find... I wanted to go to yard sales and find some hose. So I could put 3 hose out in my yard. For ho ho ho. Okay. I'll show you in just a minute, Terry. The green. See, it's there. See, it's the green fabric of the same line. If you go this way, you can see ho ho ho. But all the fabric says ho ho ho. That's all it says. See, that one says that way, so this one's this way. Yeah, it contrasts. I would have bought this fabric if I would have seen it in a store. But I never seen it in a store. And this will probably be used as a wall hanging, not a table runner. Because that's what Melinda has more space of. She has one spot to hang things. Pinning my corners. I think a lot of people assume they have COVID but don't actually test, and it's really the flu. I'm going to test just because I have my eye doctor appointment on Friday, and I'll be around Coda, Aspen, and Caden them, where these are already exposed. These little ones here are already exposed to me. But I got it from them, not the other way around. Alani's been fighting it. Yeah. And being it does take a while to get the tests in, everybody should go on, and if they're available, get them ordered. They're free. And if you think it's strange because it comes from the United States Post Office, USPS, it's because evidently they have them stocked somewhere and they just put the label on and ship them. Must be a contract they have. First time I found it on the USPS, I thought, I didn't go there, but that's where it was at. It's been at. And then I usually have Austin go order some too. Yeah. And they don't let you order them if they don't have any in stock, which is another nice time saver. Check to make sure the test is not expired. Yes. Mine have all come in with excellent dates. And then we did have one that was outdated, so I used it anyway. Austin says, Grandma, why? I says, well, it's just a fascination of how these tests work. I'm testing to see if it's actually outdated or not. And it came up with the same results as my other one did. But I still wouldn't trust that one. Not if I'm dealing with my great-grandkids. They say some places you can go up to your clinics and they might have them available. But I don't want to go to my clinic. Yeah. They did say by different lot numbers that some was the wrong dates was put on. Okay, there's that one. One advantage to working for the hospital, I can walk to the next building to employee health and get tested. Hi, Maureen. How's your Tuesday class going? Has your daughter-in-law said anything about getting something from me, Maureen? Have you talked to her at all? I sent her a snail mail letter. I have sewing withdrawal. I have not sewn since the cruise. Well, you need to sew with me. I sewed with Darlene in June. And Courtney. And Marla. Since your cruise, though, you've had catch-up work, Craig sick, I didn't have my class today. It was supposed to be on lunch thing, and then we were surprised. I didn't go. I'm sick as a dog, sore throat. Oh no. Oh no, she didn't. You sent her one from the ship and not me? I got the one with what did I get? Trying to remember. There was something. I figured yeah, you and your niece and nephew, I think it was. Okay, so Terry, do you have Pro Stitcher on your machine? I had the clock set for when you were going to come on to remind me, and I fell asleep, so I just got up. Better late than never. Yes, you're never late, Maureen. But we're all fighting different, and it's like we can't catch it through the YouTube, but we can at least communicate with the outside world. But yeah, I sent your daughter-in-law a letter, snail mail, asking how everything's going and if she was gonna. Oh no, Laura, we're talking about the quilt that you did, the meander for me. How dense it is. She does that all freehand, and she said she enlarged it. That was her bigger. Yeah, and she said she enlarged it. That it wasn't as dense as normal. But Delaney loves the blue background. When she's laying on her tummy, she's just looking at that blue. I says, when she's laying on her tummy, I says, it looks like you're swimming in the ocean. Bye, Melanie. And I hope everything turns out for your surgery. Trying to figure out which way I'm pressing this stuff. Well, it's like, Terry, when I got mine and I was having such issues with the thread constantly breaking, I kept telling myself, did I waste $5,000? That's what I kept telling myself every single time that thread would break. I was getting so disappointed. I gotta go. I don't like my one thing that's stitched here. The bottom moved. I gotta take out a couple inches. And when I had to go to Alani's concert the other night, I had a pocket full of napkins in case I got the coughing. And I got a pocket full of cough drops. I was trying to go well prepared. Nobody else was sick around me. And then I had one except for Alan. And then he got mad when they wouldn't let him come down to Gigi Ma. I was like, what am I taking apart? Would it help if I pull the right string? My granddaughter is in a talent show in a week or two, but it is pre-recorded and virtual. That's good. You can watch it and not feel sorry. Okay, I'm going to sew this from the back side so I can see where I'm sewing. Yeah, we had a packed gymnasium on Alani's concert. And it was just, okay. Get this one straightened out. I did not like how my point was. No, you don't have to make another set, Maureen. I was just giving her the opportunity to answer back. I give her my phone number, my email address, and my regular address. Even sent her the list of addresses in case she didn't have them. I was just trying to open up to her. That's just me. So, Terry, the software is the same price I paid for the machine and frame. Yeah. If I think if Laura wants different adventures, the pantograph or the things she tried seeing, the groovy boards. Okay, Laura. Take care. Work calls. Yeah, she should be off work and home by now because she goes in so early. She's going to be sick. Okay. I have it all. I'll put up the board. And here's the other one. If I turn so the green one's going to be between the two red ones. You came in at 5:45 this morning? Ew. and still there at 5:35. That's a long day. That's a long day. But that's the 2 blocks. Yeah, she's got to go in and try and get caught up on everything that they got behind while she's on the cruise. It's like no one works. They go on vacation. But I think having the red, green, red will. But now I'm thinking I might want to put a little tiny strip between there. Did you get any more done, June? Maybe, just a little white one, just to separate it a little bit. And Dorlandale, it's called, the block is called Love in a Mist. Courtney posted the website a little bit ago. Oh, there, Terry got it. Thank you, Terry. I like the block by itself, too. Oh, you had it open? But you think just a little tiny gap rather than having the point on point? Because it's like you need to separate the block. So I'm thinking, means I have the yardage, that just a little tiny. Because I like how it's separated right now. Yeah, they would make nice pillows. I'll grab the white. Because even if I just, cut an inch fabric and 1/2 inch in there. And then just make sure you line up that point and that point when you put the sashing. It finishes at 12. It's a 12.5. Yeah. In other words, the blocks without sashing, they just look like they blur together. Those are meant to blur together. Even these, I couldn't put them side by side on the purple. It was just like nothing ended. At least now it ends, starts, ends, starts. That's how I explain with putting that stuff in there. It's just a little more work making sure that everything lines up. And then I'm just going to do, they did, will you hide that Hunter Star? I thought about actually putting the pastel one up there. I actually did. I thought about putting the pastel and just keep overlapping quilt tops I'm finishing. But you'd never see. You'd see blocks. Because I have 6 tops to put the borders on. Yeah, I love those browns too. Even the couple greens and the grays that are in there, they're a brownish gray. And I have a whole stack of that still. I have this much still. And then I'm going to blend more of the light ones in. And then it's like this one here. Take this one off. This one's got some greens, some purples, and the grays. This is some of the pack I made, the one that's in on my bed. Yeah. But this one has the blue and the browns. And the browns and the grays. A little more greens. But yeah, this is my scraps here. This one here, someone took out of the salesman's samples. This whole stack is just this one color. But I got to find something that it'll go with. But just a little bit of fabric there. Because it used to fill my whole shelf back here with just the brown ones and those ones. And I've made the quilt that's in on the bed and this one. And it's still like I have barely dented it. So I think I have at least 2-3 more quilts. So it's like coming up with another. And it's like maybe I'll take more and make the Stellar Magic out of that. See, I always have to look to see where the star points are. Because you get a dark light star. You can see that star in there. Then when you turn them the other way, you see another kind of star shooting out there. But maybe I'll do something like that. Because I could order more of that fabric. You seen the stars? Yeah. That's our, Darlene and I, that's our next, that's next on our list. We got that one done. Now the next is the Stellar Magic. But it's actually Darlene that found this pattern. She says she didn't need to make one, but she says, here's a simple pattern and it's free. On Stellar Magic, you don't have to order it. Just go watch the YouTube once. Just go watch the YouTube. Write it down. And then the Stellar Magic pattern, they only did, they're 7.5, and they made a small quilt. In other words, Stellar Magic, you Google it, and it has a digital download. But I don't need digital download. Because they only use like 24. And I'm using all 40. Yeah, Missouri Star. Yep. I should make another block of that to put it together. But the way you could rearrange what they call the darks. You'll see the dark in the light when you get the blocks going. And the way they did the dark all the way around the outside edge is just to give it a whole nother look. And I got the different pictures of the layouts. But I got like 4 more minutes and I've been on 2 hours. And my cough is not going to make it anymore. Don't order it. Do not press that button. Don't order the pattern. Just follow the Missouri Star way. They was out of hard copy when I went. I was going to order the pattern. They was out of the hard copy. But I guess, yeah. Cough drops, cinnamon Mentos. I have an open one of these on my tray. I have these in my pockets. You bought 320? Laura, drive safe. She's off her Zoom call, heading home. But, yeah, I wish she could retire and just sew with us. I'd like to win the lottery, too. If I win the lottery, I would make it to where my grandkids didn't have to suffer so much. You're going to go have a good night. Yeah, I know you want to retire, Laura. You got enough fabric. You'd be set. Yeah. Well, I guarantee I wouldn't go on that lottery dream home because it's like I haven't found a house yet they've walked into that I liked. But it's like I wouldn't spend my money on that. I'd probably keep living. Oh, I might better myself. I might. But I said I would buy acreage out of town, build a big shop, a tiny house for Austin, and a house comfortable for me. And it would have room for a long arm with the 10-foot table. That's not a mistake. He just has to learn to support himself. You can tell him that. It's like, you can tell. My grandma always said that she made the mistake. She married a younger man. Her birthday's January and his is August. I says, Grandma, you're the same age once his birthday gets there. Have to take that swatch off. Making my... Yeah, that insurance coverage, yes. It's like we could say go stand in the line. Yeah. That's what everybody does for the insurance coverage. I didn't have any coverage for how many years? 3, 4, 5, 6. My husband had coverage because he was with the VA, but I had no coverage. Yeah, insurance is a fortune, and like mine, it never covered anything. So what was the sense of having it? So but I have the other insurance where he's not old enough. Unless he gets on a disability, then he'd be a pain. No, I don't think he'd be a pain. I take that back, Craig, if you're ever listening. Just in case. Got so much lint and stuff in here. But I want to tell everybody thank you for coming. I'll be back Thursday. The Stellar Star, a free pattern. I see the Stellar Magic. It's not a free pattern. And then there was another one Courtney and I was going to do. It's a foundation paper piece star. I can't remember the name of that one right now. Yes, Dorlin, and yes, Stellar Magic is very, very simple. But I just love using up my 10-inch squares that I have. And I don't mind cutting a few more. But that's the way. Stellar Magic, yes. Is that one. And the pattern took me to Etsy. And I don't even know why I looked, just in case. But that's the next one. Hi, Denise. Yeah, another pretty block today. Yes. And we can always do a messenger thing, Norlin, when you want to do it. Just messenger me and we can do our live. I will help you. We're all doing it. Or two of us are doing it. But I'm going to go and I'll see you on Thursday. Going to go eat my dinner. Take that. I'm going to take that lovely cough syrup after my dinner because I don't want to wreck my dinner. I'll let my dinner settle for an hour and then I'll take that lovely. Don't talk too much. Once I hang up from you guys, the only way I'm going to talk is if someone calls me. Okay. Bye, everybody.